there's the man himself.
Yes, Ciaran. What's a crack?
Not much, how are you?
Not too bad. How's things?
Grand, yeah, grand. This is the first time I've ever done a live on Instagram, so this could go terribly or amazing. We'll find out.
I was just going to say, I was going to advise the same thing as well. It could be a complete train wreck, like, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it can't be too bad.
So I'm just going to, like, the reason sort of why we're putting it together tonight is to explain what it is. So what is it? What are we doing?
Ranting. No,
I'm
I
the
think
best man for the rant.
yeah, no, it's just good to kind of, I suppose, chat about the team, and it'd be good to get like a couple of lads on to tell us about some of their background with jiu-jitsu and MMA and everything else. Like, there's so many like characters in the Team Ryano team across the country that we don't know, or well, we all know them, but we don't talk to them enough, you know.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm going to do? What I'm going to do first of all, Ciaran, with you is I'm going to fire a couple of quick questions, just like everybody will know all about you, but there might be ones jumping in that maybe don't know about you as well. So a wee quick fire round of questions if you're happy enough.
Yeah, go for it, yeah.
So first things first, Ciaran, tell us about how you get into BJJ and a wee bit about your achievements so far.
Not a bad question to start with, I suppose. I started jiu-jitsu, I was 17, 18. I just started college and just kind of was bullied a lot in secondary school, had nothing to just kind of fell into doing MMA. Did MMA for about 4 or 5 years and then just got sick of it and decided to go full-time jiu-jitsu. So that was like 7, 8 years ago. So now ever since I've just been non-stop jiu-jitsu. Brown belt now, part of Team Ryano for the last 3 years now nearly. So been a fast.
Who did you grade under? Who did you grade under before?
Ciaran O'Brien, he's in Samson in Cork City. But yeah, just kind of parted ways there about 3 years ago. Just decided to go my own way with my own gym. So yeah, in terms of
achievements,
huh? Achievements.
You're a brown belt.
Yeah. So my achievements are, I suppose, most kind of reputable would be three matches on Grapplefest, which is one of the I suppose premier sub-only shows in the UK.
Yeah.
One win and 2 losses on that, so 2 split decision losses, which I'm still sickened over, but hopefully get a chance to run those back in the future.
Yeah. Those events are obviously no-gi events. Do you prefer competing in the gi or competing in no-gi?
Oh, no-gi, 100%.
And why is that? Why do you prefer no-gi to gi, Ciaran?
It's just, I don't know, like, gi can be fun, but I find it's like, unless you're super high level black belts fighting in the gi, it turns into, for the most part, a bit of a stalemate, and it can be quite kind of stagnant, whereas you don't really have the same stalling ability in no-gi. So it tends to lead to more exciting matches. Now, it's not always the case. There can be boring no-gi matches, but the majority of them in the gi or in no-gi are more exciting, in my own opinion anyway.
Yeah. Ciaran, this question is, like, as somebody who's just starting to run a club, I wanted to probe you on this. So, like, your personal goals now, obviously we're going to come out of this shit show at some stage, and we're going to be all back to competing and whatnot. So tell me a wee bit about your personal goals, but more importantly for me, is it hard to mix your personal goals and then also trying to manage the goals of people in your club? Is that a hard thing to match?
Yeah, that's a learning curve for any coach, I think. Like, you kind of start out like you're a competitor as well, so you probably have like lists of things you want to get done. I kind of found what helped with me was I took a bit of a step back competing on the smaller competitions in Ireland. So I don't compete on like, the grassroots competitions or the gammas or the anything smaller than the Irish Open. Really, I wouldn't really put my name forward for, because I want to be there as a coach for my guys. And when I go to compete, then it's kind of I'm going for me to compete. So they just have to make that distinction, I find. In terms of goals, I suppose first goal I want is just to get back, have a competition. I want to I'm actually chomping at the bit to get out there and have a match at this stage. It's been, my last match was just before lockdown, and it was a pretty good match against a black belt from the UK, Kev Corkle. And yeah, it's been almost a year since my last jiu-jitsu match, which is kind of sad, to be honest.
It's getting like really annoying at this stage. Right, a couple of cheesy questions now. Who do you model your game on?
Marcelo. I keep kind of going through phases of trying to be Keenan and trying to be flipping everybody. Half Mendes, trying to do backflips past people's guard doesn't work for me. But the Marcelo single X game, like, it plays right into my leg locks, and when I'm not playing the legs, it's a brilliant game for sweeping and coming up on top. So yeah, pretty much. Marcelo. If I can do anything half as good as Marcelo does it, then that's a win in my book.
Yeah. This one could get you in trouble, I guess, a wee bit. Who's the best role you've had within the Ryano affiliate? And who's the most annoying role that you've had within the Ryano affiliate? I see Browner's on there.
I'd have to say Redger's the worst. Probably the most soul crushing role I've ever had was with Redzer. I think Andy put me with him for, I think it was 4 or 5 minute rolls, and I was just dead. And he just beat me up. Browner is a different story. Browner's just a pain in the hole.
Why?
Has he not caught you with that little stupid arm trap bicep crush he does?
He actually put that on me at the end of a round. One time he was up a few years ago, right at the end of the round. It is annoying.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I don't talk to him. He did that to me once, and I'm still take over
it. Right, there's another question that could potentially get you in trouble, and this extends outside the Ryano affiliates. Who's the best black belt in Ireland?
Competitively or achievement wise? Who, in terms of what, like, context?
You have to take it from all the boxes. So competitively, who's achieved the most? Who's like the best all-round black belt?
I think currently you'd have to say it's Dara from East Coast. I don't think you can kind of, like, I think he's kind of probably achieved the most out of every black belt in the country to date. But
he had a bit of success. Was it today or yesterday as well? He was
the Brazilian Nationals or something, was it? Or the Rio Open. So yeah.
I knew it was a recent competition because they were all on the podium with their face masks on.
Yeah, that was I think it was in Rio. I'm not 100% sure, but as far as I know, it was.
I think they're just back to normal there again, or what? Do you know what the story is?
Brazil. Haven't a clue. I don't think they ever really locked down as such. I don't really know what's going on. I've kind of just like shut myself off from the news the past few months. I'm just so sick of looking at it.
I think it looks as if things are starting to run from a grappling perspective normally enough in the States. Like if you're on that BJJ fanatic space, seems to be a lot of competitions, a lot of promotions and gradings and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, my friend trains in he's in Miami, and he said they're back to normal. They're not really doing any lockdowns at all. So, hopefully we'll be not far off. Yeah. Fingers crossed, at least.
Definitely. The way it's going to work then moving forward is you're going to talk to some team members in the south. get some shit out of them. And I'm going to talk to some team members in the north. And who have you got up first?
Are we both doing it with Andy first?
I think. Can you get 3 people on a split screen? I'm not sure.
I think you can. I think you can do 3. We'll try 3. If not, I'll do it with Andy, or you could do it with Andy. I don't mind.
Who are you looking forward to? We'll try and get that set up later in the week, but there's a few people I want to hear in the South. I want to hear Carl Roach on there.
Yeah. Is Carl even on Instagram?
Well, get him on someone else's Instagram, or make sure he's there when Andy's on or something, maybe.
You can use the Andy. You can use the Team Ryano one, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll hopefully maybe try and get you doing one person a week in the south, and I'll see if I can grab somebody in the north.
Yep. Yeah, that sounds like a
Does that sound good enough? So, anything else?
No, I can't think of anything. I suppose if we can, what we'll try to do is we'll try sort out a few people, so we can actually kind of announce who we'll have on. Like I know Andy said he'll do the next one with us, but we'll try sort out like a list of people that we're kind of going to do in this order, maybe.
Yeah. And then what we can also do on that as well, Ciaran, is we can if we announce who's on, we can see if we can get questions to ask that person.
Yeah. When
we have them on live as well, I think is a good idea.
Yeah, that's a great shout. Yeah, because it'd be good. What we can nearly do, might nearly makes much sense to go every second week, one north, one south, and we just do it that way.
Yep.
Otherwise,
so
people
what we'll do now.
Yeah,
100%. We'll get something up tomorrow. They sort of promote the Andy thing. You'll get it, or else both of us, or you'll get against him later in the week, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah.
Nice one. Good to catch up again, Ciaran. Hopefully you get up the north soon, and we can get a few. You can leg lock me a bit and all the rest of
it. Yeah, man, definitely. Hopefully, I'd say May or June this year. Hopefully, we'll be back to normal. God.
What's your gut instinct, Ciaran? Like, I don't know the north and the south, so a bit different, but they're never too far apart. What's your gut telling you when you think that we'll be allowed to open again?
Same, late summer, my guess, but I have no idea. I could be totally wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping that'll be earlier.
5th of March or something, I think they're talking about here. But the grappling clubs are definitely not going to be running on the 5th of March again, I don't think. So, hopefully by the end of spring, we'll see. And competition-wise, can you see competitions happening in Europe this year?
No, I doubt it. I'd say maybe late this year, if even. It's just a number. It's a numbers thing, isn't it? Because you're talking about the size of the groupings of people. That's the problem with the comps. Because you're talking about 300-400 people in a arena or whatever. Do you know?
Yeah.
Maybe some of the some only shows.
Yeah. Can you see that happening this year?
Yeah. Grapple Fest, I think, is talking about waiting until they can have an audience, so they probably won't be back a while. But I'd say Polaris probably will do some sort of squads event or some event at some stage.
Cool, sounds good. So this is a shout out to any of the sub only type shows. If you've got any pensioners at purple belt level and around 70 or below, I'll take it.
Should we just fight each other? It'd be perfect.
No, that's not fair. There's a 20-year age gap.
Yeah, you have 20 years experience on me, man.
Life experience, not jiu-jitsu experience. Listen, man, we'll hopefully catch up later in the weekend. We'll get Big Andy on the show.
Yeah, definitely. We'll try. I'll see, can we do a 3-way split screen, and we'll get Andy on as well.
Perfect. Sounds good, man. Have a good week, and I'll chat to you soon.
Talk to you soon, man.
Bye-bye.